I'm ready for this next part. I'm ready to take my chain piecing to the next level. Everybody, this is Cathy from the Quilting Central Podcast, and I'm here today with
Julie from Two Chicks Quilting
and Angie from the Quilting Connection.
Well, and today,
technically,
we're two chicks today because we're down here in Ganado, Texas, and this is going to be all about Miss Julie talking, and so we're just her assistants and we're her employees today.
And we're going to be the ooh and the ah background.
Yeah. So what we're talking about today is something that I love to do, and Angie was kind of confused about what I was talking about, but I love to chain piece, and I love to continuous chain piece. And what that means is, we're gonna go over both, but chaining means you can do, I'm gonna sew these two parts together, and then I'm gonna sew these two parts together, and then these two and these two, one right after another, and so I'm not cutting my thread in between my pieces. So I also like to do that in a block.
I can't wait. This is amazing.
Yeah.
So how many times have you laid your block out and you go to putting your pieces together and you always have one flipped around because you laid it, you picked it up wrong.
Oh, and you've seen me do it at Symposium. I've totally done it.
You pick it up where you have it laid out, and by the time you turn around to your machine, the whole thing spins, so.
Yes, the whole world's spun upside down, and I'm like backwards, and she's seen this look on my face, like it's great.
And I'm like, those two weren't touching while ago.
I'm gonna have to send a picture for Mark to add in. COVID, I tried to make, I think it's a carpenter star, and it ends up like 80 by 80. I did a layer cake, half square triangles, and Rick makes fun of me all the time because I have this bag of safety pins at home that says R1, B1, row 1, block 1, row 1, block 2, row 1, block 3, and every single block gets a safety pin, and I try to put them the same orientation, and then I put the carpenter star together, and I go out and I'm like, look what I did, and he's like, that looks weird, because I totally flipped all of my rows and sewed them on the wrong side, so it did not make a carpenter star. It made a very interesting quilt, but I'll have Mark add the pictures.
Wow.
And I was like, do I have to fix it? And I sent it to my quilting friends. They're like, you have to fix it. You have to rip it out and fix it. So I can't wait to see how to do this and throw my safety pins away.
So I had to make 30 of these blocks.
Oh, total.
30.
Okay.
And in true Julie style, I got 20 made by my deadline.
Okay.
And they're sewn together. We just didn't show the bottom 2 rows in the video.
Yes.
So I still have 10 of these.
Nice. You can make a nice
aren't
runner.
Finished. But I wanted to show this to you because
there's still holes here.
Yeah. But notice they're attached.
Yeah.
Right? So I laid out all my pieces for all 30 blocks, had 30 of this unit, 30 of that unit, 30 of that unit, 30 of that unit, 30 of that unit, the whole block laid on my table beside my machine.
Okay.
So I had stacks of each unit in the layout that they needed to be arranged. So as I show you how to continuous piece, you're gonna get the concept of how I did this. Now, my whole block is pieced together, and all I have to do now is turn over and sew my rows. So when we get to the continuous chain piecing, you will see the process I went through to do this.
Okay.
I just wanted you to know that chain piecing is more than just
one at a time.
One at a time.
Right, one block at a time.
Sewing 2 pieces together at a time. Chain piecing, if I'm doing sometimes you have just those simple quilts where it's all just charm packs or a layer cake, kind of like this, and it's a whole quilt, or you have a bunch of simple blocks put together that really don't have a lot of matching up to do, and I can put all those blocks together at one time.
Okay.
Instead of sewing 2 together and cutting my thread and sewing these 2 together and cutting my thread, I will do the whole quilt I mean, I may have something that's, 60 by 70 that looks like this.
Wow.
And then I sew my
Cool.
rows together.
Oh,
So
wow.
it doesn't matter how big these little pieces are. They can be 10, 12 inches.
Sure.
And you can get that done. So it saves a ton of time, and it saves thread. And one of the things that we talked about, I've talked about 100 times, is when I start off sewing, when you first start sewing, because we have thread cutters on our newer machines, most people do, when you first start sewing, you get kind of a little nasty little knot on the back of your fabric, and you always have, this extra thread here that you have to trim off when you first start. So what I like to do is use a leader. So all that mess is on this little trash fabric that I'm not going to be using in my quilt. So I'm going to take that, and that's the first thing I'm going to do, is I'm just going to start stitching with that under my needle. Oh, I'm in turtle speed. Let's speed that up a little bit. I'm like, what's going on? I'm going to stop with my needle down right after that little ender, or that little leader. I have my machine set in the hover function. The hover function is when my needle's in the down position and I stop stitching, that foot just lifts up ever so slightly, just big enough to get this next piece of fabric underneath that foot without having to lift my foot or push the button on the front to lift your foot. So now I can stitch these two units together, because this is going to make a block as well. Actually, it's going to make 2 blocks. So I'm going to stitch until that needle is right off the edge of those 2 pieces of fabric. And I'm going to take my next 2 pieces, which I have already stacked the way I need them to be. My seams are nesting, so that's always great to do to make a beautiful pieced block. And then I am going to slide that right under there, right up next to my needle. So there's basically 1 thread between those 2 pieces.
Sure.
So if I'm doing half square triangles, I'm doing flying geese, whatever I'm doing, I'm chaining.
Okay.
Because
Perfect.
I anything to save me time. I am not about spending a ton of time doing this. I love doing it, but I don't want to spend forever on the same project because I get bored with it. I'm ready to start the next project. At this point, I have 2 pieces sewn together.
Right.
I'm already thinking about my next project. What are we doing next?
There you go. That's why you have 10 of those blocks still over
Yes,
there.
because I just ran in there and grabbed a few UFOs for these videos and brought them in. So this is one quilt I have started. That's another quilt I have started.
Confession time.
Yes.
Well, that other quilt's mostly done. You said 20 blocks,
It's
right?
mostly
And
done,
it's done.
and 10 blocks are half put together.
Okay.
So,
Can do a lot with 10 blocks.
yeah. Maybe I want to make something else out of those 10
Sure.
blocks instead of putting them on that quilt.
A bench pillow.
Yeah, there you go.
A couple baby quilts. A couple bench pillows.
Okay, so when I get to the end, you have
Okay.
a couple of options.
Okay.
You can just cut your thread there, or if you really want that finished end on there, you can do an ender now.
Okay.
So another piece of scrap fabric, we're just gonna sew off of.
Okay.
And we're gonna cut our thread.
Oh, okay.
Now,
Do you need
can
scissors?
you grab me my scissors over there?
Yes, ma'am. Sure can.
Her favorite Carly Porter scissors?
Yeah, my
Right? Is that her Karen? What
Karen
are they?
K. Buckley.
Sorry.
So here you have these little, little flags now. So I have my leader and my ender. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cut those off because I'm going to reuse these a lot.
They get to be spider webby.
Yeah, I reuse these a lot. Now, some people like to actually have like 2.5 inch, like if they had a whole bunch of 2.5 inch half square triangles or squares that they wanted to use. A lot of people will use those as their leaders and enders. And so as they're stitching, they're starting with those things. And it's not just like, this is just trash. They're actually sewing 2 little squares together at the front, at the beginning and the back and the end. And then they toss those in a basket and kind of save them and
Sure.
make a whole quilt out of their leaders and enders.
Nice.
So there's books written for leaders and enders.
That's
There's
awesome.
patterns actually written for that. So if you're one that likes to save all your little pieces,
There you go.
it's a great thing. So now I have two options here. So I can cut all of these apart. And if I was doing, like, say, half square triangles at this point, yes, I would be cutting all of those apart. At this point, I actually have 2 blocks laid out exactly how I need them. So I'm just gonna snip this thread. I'm trying to do it so you guys can see. Okay, so now I have my 2 blocks. I'm gonna open these up because look, these blocks are ready to sew together now. And there's no thread tails on either end.
Yep.
And that little center mark, that little center stitch is holding them together in the right orientation.
Sure.
So I didn't get them mixed up now and end up with an O instead of an X, okay? Which that happens, right?
Oh, in Kathy's world, like a lot.
So at this point, a lot of times I will either go to my iron or I just simply use my fabric folding pin and I finger press these to the direction that I need them to go. So I need one of these to go one way and one to go the other way so they nest well. So I'm gonna press that one that way and then I'm gonna turn here.
Does it matter which side of the block you're putting the folding pen on?
I usually put it on the side that I'm gonna press to.
Towards,
So,
okay.
Yeah, so it's here and
Yep.
now I'm gonna press that over.
Okay, thank you.
It does not really matter. Now, if I was working on a quilt, I would have my iron right beside me and I would press this with the iron to get it good and flat. But here in this video, we're just gonna use a fabric folding pin. Now, I'm gonna lay this on top of each other. Now at this point, if I turn around and I get to my machine backwards, I should be able to know if I stop and think about it, okay, where's that connection?
Sure.
So I know which side to sew on.
I'm gonna be much better at supposing this year.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna be
Look at all
great.
these
Let me
improvements.
do both of them so we can chain it together. I'm running out of, I was gonna fill this
Solution.
up, but it's okay. We're gonna get the last little bit. Notice I can just flip that over because
Sure.
I wanna go to the other side.
Because it's attached.
Because it's attached and I'm not gonna worry about it, me losing my place and where things are at. So at this point, I really don't have to pin because this is gonna hold this center part together. As long as you just have one little thread in there,
Sure.
it holds it in place.
Oh, that's probably my
Out
fault.
here, well,
I ironed those.
no, I could have flipped it. I could have fixed that when I put them together, but I did that. So I want to make sure these nest right. So right now they're pressed where they're not nesting. So I just go in there and fix that.
Okay.
Like I just fix it on the fly. If I get it going the wrong way, we're just gonna send him over the right way.
Okay.
Now at this point, I may go ahead and pop a pin in there just to hold that down for myself because I want those seams to nest good.
Yeah. That's how you get those really nice points.
Yes,
Okay.
that's where we're gonna get our nice points. Now I am going to take one of my pieces and we're gonna start
Your leader.
with my leader. And then I'm gonna pop this right up next to my needle and start stitching my 1/4 inch.
Take that pin
Take
out because
that
I
pin
learned
out,
we're no
yes.
longer sewing through pins.
No, Angie freaks me out.
Big time.
Okay, I didn't do this one, so let me give him a little
Flip.
And it depends on how your quilt goes together. Of course, you're gonna be putting these the way that you should have them the way they need to go. I just wasn't paying attention when I put my blocks together.
Okay.
Again, real life situation.
Yeah.
Yes,
We're
so-
working on the fly.
It'll be fine.
Look at how nice that nests in the middle too.
Oh,
Beautiful.
that's
I'm gonna
perfect.
stop
At the
right
end.
there.
Okay, one stitch.
I'm not cutting my thread yet because I got 2 more. I got another one, or I may have 30 more to sew together.
Sure.
So, because if I was making a whole quilt, I would have all of these prepped and ready to go.
Right.
So however many blocks I had, that's what I would be ready to start sewing and chaining together. So I'm gonna stop right here, make sure my next one is nested together. When I get to the block size, I usually throw a pin in.
Okay.
It just helps hold it and you don't have to stop
Sure.
Right.
as often.
And you want that point.
And you want that point. You don't want to cut your points off or not have a pretty connection.
Did you used to get your hand slapped if you cut points off?
No, my mom wasn't a quilter. She was a seamstress, but she wasn't a quilter.
Okay.
So she didn't. Now, don't put the hem in crooked or something like that.
Don't forget your ender.
Now I'm at the end, so I'm going to go with my ender. Now, I typically don't do an ender all the time, but I did want to throw that in for you guys, but I always do a leader.
Okay. Good to know.
One thing to keep in mind is that by doing a leader, if you've ever started like a half square triangle and you started on the diagonal sewing, the first thing most machines do is suck that corner down under your needle plate, and it's a mess, and it causes your corner to look bad. Then you've got to stop and get that thread all unknotted.
I always end with the next leader.
Sure.
So I stop with the needle down, I end, and then I trim right behind it and pull those off.
Leave the leader in here.
Oh, yeah.
I leave the leader in.
There you go. And you said you didn't know how to do any of this.
I do want to chain
Okay.
these. I do.
So now I have my 2 blocks I can cut apart, and my 2 blocks are finished and complete, ready to be pressed and go in my quilt. So a lot easier than stopping and starting and stopping and starting and having those thread tails to worry about. So I'm gonna hand those to
I'm
Angie.
ready for this next part. I'm ready to take my chain piecing to the next level.
So I lay out what I'm doing. Now I'm using 2.5-inch squares here. I'm gonna make a zipper bag out of this later. So I'm just piecing these together. But think about this in a bigger picture. These could be quilt blocks that are all 12.5 inches big. You could have these laying out on the table, on the bed, on your design wall, in the fashion you wanted them to lay out in your quilt. These could be pieces to the blocks that you're working on, just like this one, stacked up where you could do one right after the other, okay? So whatever project you're working on, think about how can I not cut my thread?
Right.
And just put a little thought into it. So I have numbered this just for your reference, and while I'm talking, we can talk about the position of each one of these pieces. So we have our rows going this way and our columns coming this way, okay? So we typically would take this square, turn it on top, right sides together with this square and sew it, cut our thread, open it back up and turn this one on top and open it, that one and that one. And then we would do all of these rows separately, right? Like that's what you would do.
Yep.
And then we would press all of those, and we would think we're pressing them the right way because when we go to the machine, our marker, whatever pin we put in here to remember which row is which,
Yep.
someone starts talking to us.
Yep.
And then we set them down, and then we pick them back up, and we mix them up.
So like no one even needs to talk to me because all of my people in my head are talking.
Yeah, so this is a way to keep that from happening. So we are not cutting our thread. So I'm gonna start first with a leader. I am gonna take row 1, number 2, and I'm gonna turn right sides together with row 1, number 1, and I'm gonna go to my machine without twisting and turning, and I'm gonna start right there. And I'm gonna sew my 1/4 inch with my needle stopping right off the edge of that block. Now I'm gonna go to row 2, and I'm gonna take position 2, flip it over onto position 1, come right behind it, and I'm not cutting my thread. I'm just bumping up right next to that needle, and we're attaching those right behind. Again, row 3, position 2, on top of 1.
You're just evening them out.
And I'm just evening them out when I get there.
Yep.
Now, here's a suggestion. Before you start piecing together, whether you're going to do the chain piecing or traditional one piece at a time, take a picture of your project before you start.
Oh, yes.
Oh my gosh.
Well, you can
I
see
don't know.
color value better.
Yeah.
You can see if you've got too many colors of one near each other, what stands out the most
I
too.
can't tell you how many times that saved my day.
Sure.
You know, where I'm like, I don't remember that piece being next to that piece. So
Right.
refer back to my picture and I'm like, oh no, it wasn't there.
And especially like this one with the blacks, you want to make sure you're balancing the
My
blacks.
blacks are balanced throughout. So I'm just continually going down my rows and attaching position 2 to position 1
And stopping just
and
after
stopping
it. Yeah.
just after it.
This is awesome. I wish everybody was here in Ganado.
I know.
I know.
They're not lucky. But if you get to Ganado,
You can get yourself a beautiful shirt.
get yourself a Two Chicks
And you
shirt.
may get gas station pizza for supper.
It was delicious.
Oh, yummy.
And I got some scratchers last night. I know that shocks those of you that know me, but I had to get some scratchers.
Now Donnie has a lucky nickel because he put a marker on it so
Did he
he knew
seriously?
which one you won with.
That is hilarious.
We did find out a weird fact about Angie. She has ketchup with pizza.
Yes.
So
All right.
now I'm ready. I'm down. I have 1 and 2, all my rows sewed together. So I'm gonna do my ender. Now I'm gonna try Cathy's
Yeah.
little suggestion. I'm gonna stop right there, and I'm gonna cut that.
Okay.
Look at you. I learned something from her. And she told me that she didn't have anything to add to this episode. So here's my leader. I'm going to cut that off. Now I have to remember which end is up. Sometimes I will take, if I'm like not super confident that I can keep up with what's my upper left, I'm
Okay.
gonna put that pin in it or a sticky note pin to it or something. So just so that I can keep up with what my upper left number 1 position is. So now I can either iron these seams now or I can do it later. I will tell you what I do. I do it later.
Okay.
We're getting this sucker done.
Yeah, because you're not attaching
Yeah.
any of those seams together yet.
Right.
Yeah.
So I am going to now add number 3 over here to all the number 2s. So I'm going to pick up row 1, number 3, and I'm going to lay it on top of row 1, number 2. I'm going to come to my machine.
You are changing my life, Julie.
That's what I'm here for. Now I'm not cutting my thread. My
Right.
needle's down. I'm going to open up row 2, and I'm going to go grab position 3 from row 2.
And you're opening it right sides up, so it's not like you can flip that.
Right.
You know, you've got the threads holding it together, so you can't accidentally get one on the wrong side, right?
Right.
Okay.
And you're not mixing your rows up because they're connected. Here's row 3.
Okay.
Now, sometimes when you get confident and you know what you're doing, you can stack, like if you're working with a bunch of big blocks that aren't all gonna fit on your table laid out like this, like I will lay them out on the bed or I'll lay them out on my design wall, and then I can go grab and I stack one on top of the other for each column. And so after I sew all the 1s and 2s together, I leave everything where it's at, right? Like I leave it laid out wherever I laid it out. And then I go get all of row 3 and stack it on top of each other.
So
And then
you
this
would
is
do
gonna
this like
sound-
right here.
Right, like that. I would stack that column up
Okay.
and then go, now I have my little pile, being careful not to flip or drop or anything.
Sure.
And then I'm right back in here, taking it to the next row.
Fabulous.
Yeah, so we're gonna continue just adding 1 piece at a time and keeping our rows together.
That is so cool. We've had so much fun being down here in Texas.
We've been great.
We love it. Donnie cooked us some real steaks on real campfire. What is it? Grill?
Grill, yeah.
Your wood. Can't use words.
He even stole wood from the neighbor.
You're outside. It is just your campfire, right?
Yeah.
And there's a big grate that goes on it.
It's just a big fire ring.
Fire pit, yeah.
Let's see. We got to see Donnie's pet cows.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, we met the pet cows and the dogs.
And the dogs.
And made
Angie, it's funny how dogs like automatically know who's a dog person. And they gravitate to them because poor Angie didn't stand a chance.
And Kathy's been, woo!
And I had no problem with Miss Jackie on my lap giving me all the kisses. She was so cute.
She
And
loves,
Dixie getting jealous.
Yeah, she loves the kisses.
Yeah.
Okay, so here we are. We're done with that column. There's my ender.
Ender leader. Yeah.
Here we are.
Don't twist it, right?
Twist it.
That's the biggest thing.
I mean,
You've got that pin.
You've got that pin there or that marking of somehow, and you're good to go. So I'm going to cut that off, and I'm ready to go column 4. Now I can go one at a time. I can stack these up. So I'm just going to do one at a time now. I showed you how to stack them up. It really is, when you first do this, easier to start with something like this, like something little.
Sure.
That you can practice with it. But don't be afraid to just jump off and do the whole quilt, because it's not hard. Like, there's a lot of quilts that are just layer cake squares, or just charm pack squares that you're piecing together.
You can do so many things with that. So even if you had a 10-inch block with all of your multiple pieces, your units put together, your combination units, this is still the same process, no matter what size block you're working with.
Right.
Okay.
And if you're, if you're making a 9 patch, a bunch of 9 patches,
Sure.
you can lay your 9 pieces out and do those the same way, and then you're not twisting your blocks. Or, ooh, I have 2 pieces of fabric there.
Uh-oh.
Extra.
A bonus piece.
A bonus piece. Well, I wondered how I ended up with only 41. I had 1 left over. I should have had 2 left over.
Found it.
Found it.
I love it.
Okay, we are getting this put together.
Yeah.
So
Super
then
fast.
Then I'm gonna quilt it and make a little zipper pouch out of it.
So are you gonna put batting in here? You're gonna do a inner foam? What's your?
I will probably use the foam.
The foam.
I like to use the foam in bags because it just gives it a little more body.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like they last longer too when there's more to it, more oomph to it than just
Right.
batting. But it depends on, if you want it softer to be able to fold it up easier, then batting would be better than the foam.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, when we get to, okay, I'm at the end of this row.
Can we talk about some people who don't necessarily have a machine that ends in the down position, what to do?
Their needle.
Yeah, their needle.
I think they can end in a down position, but
They just have to
may
lift
not
their
have
foot.
cover.
Right.
So you may just have to, if you have the manual presser foot lifter, you just need to barely pull it up and stick the next one under there.
But this would be good because I see on your machine too here you have a knee lift option.
Right. So if you have a knee lift option, you can use that to lift your foot as well. You have to be pretty coordinated to do that. I am not coordinated to use the knee lifter.
But even there's some like very basic machines that don't have
sure.
the needle up down. So
Okay.
even if you did, you would want to just rotate your side wheel down and end in the down position.
Got
Yeah.
it. Yep. Having that needle
Or
down.
if you have the button on the front that you push your needle down and
Right,
just put it
right,
down
right.
when you stop. Because that's what holds everything in place. If you're stopping with that needle up, that's gonna just,
It'll be, you'll get longer stitches, you get
Right.
thread that pulls out from the bobbin and the top thread. Because remember, on our domestic machines, when our foot is down, the tension discs are closed.
Sure.
our presser foot.
Yeah, when
Yep.
the presser foot is down. Did I say my hopping foot?
No.
No, just your presser foot.
Presser foot.
I tried the knee lifter once too, and I felt like the.
It's like
who
rubbing
was
your
that?
tummy and tapping your head at the same time. I can't do it.
what was she from? It was a 90s sitcom. Susan. She had the
Summers?
Thigh Master.
Suzanne Summers.
Yeah, Suzanne Summers. That's what it felt like when I was using the knee lifter. I was like, working those thigh muscles. Things you didn't want to know about Angie.
Well, that's a visual for our people.
Edition 20.
I love it.
Okay, we're almost done.
Yeah,
look at
couple
that.
more.
How long would that have taken you? We should have timed it both ways. We should have had a race.
Oh.
We should have set one of y'all up on a machine beside me
Nope.
and done this the conventional way.
Not it.
And me do it this way, and let's see who got done faster.
Julie.
I would have had them all mixed up by now.
Yep, I would have
I'd have
sneezed.
two blacks by each other
And fabrics
two
would have went
flowers.
I love, but that's the best part about this is we're all so different.
Oh, yeah.
And Julie's very precision, which I appreciate. I need to get better at my precision
Yes.
piecing, and I think this could be a way to help with that. Rick always is the judger of my points, and he's like,
No judging.
those points don't look very good.
So now we have our whole little piece here sewed together,
Look at that.
and we're ready to sew our rows together.
I
So-
understand the physics, but it always blows my mind how skinny it gets.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, when we start piecing
So,
like that.
Turning it over, I would now, before I started sewing my rows together, I would go to my ironing board and I would press these this way, this way,
Yeah.
this way, left, right, all the way down.
And it's so much easier than not to get a row flipped the wrong way.
Correct,
You were going to
yeah.
save me so much time, Julie.
And they all stay stuck together, and I don't
Yeah.
lose them. I just can grab one little thing and I take the whole thing.
Right.
Yeah, but since, just to save time, and we didn't plug the Lure Star in, so I'm winging it.
You're winging it.
I'm winging
oh
it.
boy.
I'm just gonna start up here. We're gonna go from row 1 to row 2, and I'm gonna take this pin out.
Sure, 'cause you're done-
I'm
done with that now.
They're all
Okay.
pieced together. We don't
Okay,
need
can't
that
move.
anymore.
Yep.
And I'm gonna start nesting my seams as I go. Now I am going to flip these as I sew, but I'm gonna flip them the same direction
Sure.
each time.
So
right?
bottom's going
Yeah,
one
so
way.
Have this first one nested, ready to go. So I'm gonna go ahead and put it in and get started sewing.
I bet this is going to take no time at all.
Sure, a timer.
Yeah.
When I get to that seam, I stop usually, and then I get my next one going. Now, if
Okay.
these were pressed, it would be
Easier.
a lot easier. Yeah.
Even faster.
It would be even faster because then they are flat for you already.
But you're a professional.
Yeah, I wing things all the time. It's okay. I'm a professional winger.
I call it a MacGyver.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you can kind of feel with your fingers, you can feel that seam nesting together.
Yeah.
So it's not hard to do it this way. It does take you a little bit more time. I guess I should have just pressed.
Now, when you do this, are you going to put it on the long arm and do some quilting on this?
Absolutely.
Good. What are you going to do?
Loop the loop.
In lime green.
Lime green thread.
Now, maybe I might do just some straight lines. Since I'm doing this for a zipper bag, you know, it just kind of depends on what I'm doing. I can't even get my scissors.
There you go.
Trying to adjust my bifocals at the same time.
Oh, okay. I know. This whole bifocal thing is like,
struggle.
wait till you get to trifocals.
Okay, so
it's even more
there's
fun.
1 to 2. Now we're gonna go, 2 to 3, so we're just gonna flip it. Now I am watching, as I'm doing this, I'm gonna put what I just sewed on top so I can see number 2 so I can see which way my seams are gonna go.
Oh, okay.
Right.
There
Okay.
you go.
I like it.
So I'm gonna get this first one nested.
Yeah, because you can see your previous seam to the left, which way that seam is facing. So now the
Right.
top layer is technically seam facing towards your foot or your needle, and that bottom layer is facing towards your belly.
Because that's the way we pressed it on this side. We
Yes.
want to make sure we're turning it the same way though.
That makes sense.
But an ideal situation is to go press it first.
Sure.
Yes, pressing is always most
Yes.
preferred. But again, this is a little bag.
Even if you're just using your pressing pin at your machine.
Right.
Sure.
But you know, I'm in a whole pickle because I didn't turn the iron on and my pressing pin is empty.
So we're winging it. We're doing great.
We're winging it. It's fine. It's fine.
So we would like to hear from you guys. If you've done this before, post it in the
Yeah.
comments. We'd like to see some pictures of stuff you've done. Of course, you know other quilter friends. Please make sure you share this to them too. Share this
Now I
out.
have to give Adam a big shout out. Says I have always been a chain piecer.
Okay.
But Adam's who actually taught me how to do this. And if you don't know who Adam is, Adam's a big friend of ours.
Yes, one of our favorites. So fun. Adam's so fun.
So fun.
He's at CW.
He's so fun.
But go look him up. He's on YouTube, all the socials. He is definitely one of our favorites.
Presser foot's running, or my foot pedal's running away from me.
Pedals run away. So he's the one who taught you this. How many years ago
Yeah.
did he?
Oh, years ago. I don't remember. A long time ago when I
He
first
was a little
met
bit
him.
less gray.
Yeah, he was a little less gray. I was a little less gray.
A few pounds later.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got some great ideas.
But I'm like you guys. As soon as I saw it, I was like, oh my God, that's life changing.
Yeah.
Yes, this is life changing for me.
Can't wait to go home and try it. I get to go to the Houston Festival tonight. I don't know when this one is going to come out, but I'm going to go see what else is out there, and I might just have to find myself some kit to try this with.
So notice I haven't cut my thread at all since I started doing this, what Cathy told me.
Yeah.
I haven't cut my thread one time on my machine. All I'm doing is cutting it off here.
And that keeps that leader ender now becomes the leader. It keeps that bobbin
That
thread nice
ender
and
becomes the leader.
Yeah.
And it's actually saving thread.
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, I always preach to y'all about don't be chinchy, but I mean, if you are a person that likes to conserve your thread, this is a great way to do it.
Yeah.
I think kind of fun.
Oops. Okay, we're almost done. I think we're about halfway. We'll have this done in no time.
It'll be great. So some of the things that we are thinking about for the future is obviously the virtual retreats will be coming a little bit more, but we'd like to hear what you guys would like to learn on those because that helps us to build the classes. So make sure you comment or send it to info@Quilting Central
Podcast.com.
Every time she says that, I sing that in my head.
You got a piece under. Okay,
Oh,
there you go.
gosh, yeah, I had a piece under. That would have made me have to rip. Yeah, pay attention to where your side is.
Right.
Yeah, so email is info@quiltingcentralpodcast.com. We did our first virtual retreat and it was so much fun. Had some projects that you guys could do in there. So love to know what ideas you've got or something that you'd like to learn at the next one.
Right. We would be open to also some other options. The sky's the limit with this podcast.
Yeah.
So you think it up. I think we would be like a great option. So
And coming eventually, who would be interested in an in-person retreat?
Yeah. You get to put up with all three of us.
I would love an in-person.
I would love to do an in-person retreat with you
Yes,
guys.
yes.
First of all, we have a great time.
Yes.
You never know what's going to be said.
Nope, nope.
Or if you have ketchup with your pizza.
Hey, there's tomato sauce on the pizza. It's just another version of tomatoes, and it's just a little sweeter.
That's just your justification, Angie.
Well, we were sitting at the table, and I was like, okay, don't yell at me, don't judge me, but can I please have ketchup? And they expected me to say ranch, and
I
I was
thought
like,
she was going to say ranch, and
Can I
then she
please
said
have ketchup?
ketchup, and I was
But the
like,
good news is it's not too spicy.
it's not too spicy.
so we have a place here called Two Chicks that you
Oh,
guys
yes.
have visited every morning.
Every morning.
Yep.
Great Czech, kolaches and
Huge stuff.
jerky,
I mean,
all kinds
so
of
many
jerky
options.
and all kinds of flavors.
And Mark's going to do a reel on it.
Yeah.
You know you're in Texas when you can get your kolaches right next to your meat.
Right next to your steak.
And there's a fish tank
Yes,
in
and a
there.
fish tank. And deer head.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep,
And a two-headed deer head.
yeah, yep. But I've learned that I don't like dry sausage, I think it's called.
Yeah.
It wasn't, because I tried the jerky and the jerky was good, but they had dry sausage. It was very spicy.
It's too spicy for Angie, so Donnie got some dry sausage.
Yes. Yeah, so I was like, Donnie, will you take this and eat this?
We gotta lift my foot here
Uh-oh.
because my seam got caught
Well,
when
that
I
little
went over it
brat.
with my foot. So I'm just gonna smooth that out, pop my foot back down.
Look at that.
Good to
Another
go.
trick with a pin.
My
Magic.
flower head pin, just
Yep.
if I had my
Seam ripper?
no
Stiletto purple thing?
Yeah, the purple thing over here. I could have fixed it with that.
What are some of the tools that you have right by your table when you're sewing? So I do like a stiletto over the purple thing. What about you, Angie?
Scissors, pin dish.
Yep.
I like the little pin cushion Julie's got here too. Now I need a fabric folding pen.
Yes,
I
you
need one
do.
of those.
Yeah.
I always have my fabric folding pen. I always have my scissors. I always have
One more row and we're done.
my ripper.
Yeah, your ripper.
Ripper, of
Yep.
course,
I have a
ripper.
very good relationship with my ripper.
I think most of us do.
So one more row and we're finished.
Look
So,
at that.
man,
Now Julie's gonna have to show us when this bag gets made on
Absolutely.
a future podcast.
yeah.
I love it.
So
What about an in-person retreat on a boat?
on a boat.
On a big boat.
Oh,
Like
yeah, I ain't going on a small boat. Out into the water.
on a cruise ship boat, you're talking?
And you might like have to hold me as we go onto a boat. Okay, because I've never been on a cruise and that like there's
You
just,
did a cruise.
I did a cruise.
Was it the sewing machines? Did they have their sewing machines on the cruise?
They did.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, you saw how much luggage I come with anyway.
Yeah.
I don't know if I could fit my sewing machine and all my fabrics
Well,
along with
the
my
thing
luggage.
about it is getting all of the machines on is quite the
it's an interesting journey.
Oh, sure.
quite
Okay.
the adventure.
Okay.
But
Okay.
look at that.
Are we ready for the big reveal?
I am ready for the big reveal.
Okay. Snip that off, snip that off. And another thing about this
Oh,
is I didn't overuse my thread cutter.
no.
No, you saved
Gave
it.
it a little break.
Yes, look at that.
Look at that.
All put
Fancy.
All
together.
put together. Now all I have to do is go press it
Yep.
on the Laura Star, but that'll be easy because my seams are going the direction I want them to do.
Right.
So it won't be hard to press that. Now, like I said, as I am doing a quilt, I would have taken row 1 and row 2 and pressed that
Yes.
right away if I'm doing big blocks. If I'm doing little stuff like this, I would have got them all pieced together, and before I started sewing my rows, I would have pressed those seams. Just makes it a little quicker and a little, so you're not sitting there fidgeting with it the whole time.
But look at how beautiful her points are. You're just right on, spot on,
My
girl. That's
corners
awesome.
Are,
No chopped corners.
yeah, they match up really well. And I think that's gonna make a cute little zipper bag when I get it quilted. It'll be the perfect
Yeah.
size. One thing I didn't think about, and I thought about this about
sure.
halfway through, my bees are gonna be upside down on one side because I laid my pieces out
All facing.
all facing this direction.
Yep.
What I should have done was on row 5 through 8, I should have made them upside down.
Okay. Sure. That's okay.
So it depends on what you're doing with your project.
Right.
Think about those things. But anyway, yeah, continuous chain piecing, y'all. So,
To the next level.
to the next level. Takes your chain piecing to the next level.
Yeah.
And never, don't be afraid to try something new. We all have these little mini charms laying around. Just grab one of those up and practice it.
Yeah, that's
So,
awesome.
Okay, guys. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you learned something. Be sure and share with your friends and give us some comments. Let us know how you like doing continuous chain piecing and tell us what you want to learn next, and we'll get it together.
Thank you,
for
Miss Julie. It's fun
Hey,
being a
thank
chick
you.
for the
Have
day.
a good day, guys.
See y'all later. Bye.
Thanks so much for joining us here at the Quilting Central Podcast. We've had an amazing time today sharing today's quilting stories, tips, and ideas with you.
Absolutely. Whether you're stitching your first quilt or your 50th, we're so glad to have you as part of this wonderful quilting community.
Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss an episode. And if you enjoyed today's chat, we'd love it if you could leave us a review or share the podcast with a fellow quilter.
You can also find us on social media for more quilting inspiration, updates, and even behind the scenes fun.
And remember to send your quilting questions or stories our way. We love hearing from you. You might even be featured in a future episode.
Until next time, keep stitching, keep creating, and keep spreading the love of one quilt at a time. Bye for now.
Happy quilting!
Happy quilting!
Happy quilting!